1971 Z28 Camaro versus a 2014 Chevy SS. First, I figured we'd go over a little bit about the Camaro here, some of its background and history, and then we're going to put it up against that 2014 Chevy SS. See which one's going to win in a race. So let's get you guys in here. This isn't the stock 350. I mean, it's the original 350, but it's not the stock 350. It is a 383 stroker. And for people who don't understand what a stroker is so you take a 350 and you take a 400 engine. You take the crankshaft out of that 400 engine and you put it in the 350. So you got different connecting rods, which attach to the pistons. And when that piston goes up and down, that's considered the stroke. So when you put that 400 crank in there and the different connecting rods, you change the stroke, which makes the engine a stroker. It makes the stroke longer. And you also like bored over, so this is bored over like 30. So that means that the cylinder inside where the piston is actually bigger when you bore it over. So this is a 383 stroker. Ceramic long tube headers on it. And it does have a big cam in it. I don't even remember the details on the cam. It's been so long ago. It's got a Holley double pumper on it. It is a split bumper. This is a true split bumper car. And you always tell split bumper that is true versus one that's faked is that turn signal right there. If that turn signal is not right next to the headlight on a split bumper car and it's down here, the car wasn't a true split bumper. This is a regular Camaro. Someone put split bumpers on it. This one is a true split bumper. Overall, the car is in really nice shape. So the story here with this car, I've had it since I was 13 years old. My sister had it before me, and my older brother had it before her. He's the one that originally got it. Don't mind the rags and stuff in here. Cleaning it up earlier. I'm just going to kind of show you the trunk here. This is all really nice. It's done up pretty nicely. So I don't have the spare tire in it, but that's what that's for. A lot of the original stickers are on the car. Just wanted to show you that. So anyways, now the car, like I said, has been owned by the family, obviously. My brother originally got it. When he picked up the car, it was pretty much torn all apart. And so he put it back together once. Ended up selling it to my sister. She daily drove the car for years. And that's when I started seeing it around. She'd come over and I told her, I said, if you ever sell that car, I want it. So once my sister got a new daily driver, she told me she'd sell it to me. She ended up selling me this car for $1,000. That's right, $1,000. And this was back in like 1996. $1,000, I was 13. It wasn't a lot of money, but I had a paper route, so it took me a little while to pay it off. So I had the car from then until, I don't know, I was in my 20s sometime, and I was going to sell it. And I'm glad I didn't. I was going to sell it to buy a motorcycle. So what ended up happening was my father, he came along, he said, hey, why don't we just do a trade? I'll get a motorcycle and I'll trade you for the car. I said, okay. He decided that he wanted to go through and completely put this thing back to its factory condition as much as possible. So I owe him a big thanks for a lot of the work that he had done. And I helped out. My other brothers helped out. All of them did different things to the car. My oldest brother did a lot of the paint and body work on it. Now, the body wasn't too bad because I already had it resprayed when I owned it to a blue color. When my brother Kenny got it, he resprayed it to a green color. So then after that, then I got it and I had it painted a blue color at some point. So then my dad had it repainted again by my brother Jeff, actually. Then we had the engine sent off, have it machined and gone through, and then did the stroker kit on it. And like I said, he went through everything, every seal, every nut, every bolt, every bushing. Like I was showing the stickers in the trunk, all the stickers, they're under the hood and everything. To put this car back to 100% what it would have been from the factory. Now, of course, the stroker engine isn't factory, but you know, Had to pep it up a little bit. Back when this car was sold, it was sold for like, originally it was like $2,500, brand new. The 350 in this year with the Z28, I'm pretty sure was like 350 horse, which isn't a whole lot. My Traverse, my 19 Traverse with a 6-cylinder does 315 or 10 or something like that. So not much difference from what this did stock. So he did the stroker engine. And that brings us to me buying the car back. So down the road, after he got done with it, it sat in the garage. Every once in a great while, he might have took it out, but it wasn't very much. I went up to him. I said, hey, what do you got in the car? What would it take for me to buy it back? And he threw down a number, and I said, okay. So I bought the car back from him. So now that you know a little bit about the history on this car, let's go find out what this thing can do versus a newer car. New versus old. What's faster, 1971 Camaro or 2014 Chevy SS? The SS, it's got a 6.2 liter with about 415 horsepower, and it's stock. The Camaro has a curb weight of 3,300 pounds versus the SS that has a curb weight of 3,900 pounds. So the Camaro is a little bit lighter, but they're both rear-wheel drive cars, so this ought to get pretty interesting. I think if this thing would have hooked up, it probably would have done a little bit better, but that SS is no joke. It hooks up good and it takes off. That car scoots. I know that that SS stock can do like a quarter mile in 12.9 seconds or something. I don't know what this does in the quarter. I've never really timed it. And it didn't hook. Even though it's got pretty decent tires on it, they're not very wide. And it just did not hook. And I kind of was already afraid that was going to happen. So we might have to go back over this one more time and have a rematch. Maybe I'll find some wider tires for it. So that leaves one last thing. What do you guys choose? Would you rather have a 71 Z28 or a 14 Chevy SS? Let me know down in the comments.